Just about 2 weeks away from the second leg of the CONCACAF Champions League quarterfinal between Real Salt Lake and the Columbus Crew, we had the opportunity to catch up with field manager Nick Takas and talk to him about the day-to-day things he's been dealing with, especially off the backside of hosting the Snowcross in early January. From a pride standpoint, Rio Tinto Stadium, the surface itself, known around Major League Soccer, is one of the best. How does that make you feel, number one? And number two, can you kind of dig into what goes into the everyday preparation of this field?
It makes me feel pretty proud to know that other players and coaches around the league really think that about our field. It's some pretty hard work by myself and my crew. When people come up and tell you you have a great looking field is one thing, but then when you hear an actual player or coach say, "This play is awesome," and this is one of the best fields in the league, that's pretty much the ultimate compliment right there. I get compliments from some people, and to hear that, it's just makes you feel pretty happy and proud of what you're doing, and all the hard work is paying off, definitely.
Like a lot of the stadiums in Major League Soccer, you guys bring in multi-events, from concert series to rugby to high school football to high school soccer. There's a lot that goes into that preparation, but then you throw in something like Snowcross into the mix. That must be a whole different preparation system for you guys to deal with.
That is definitely a whole different ballgame in preparation. When you want to switch from soccer to football or rugby, that holds its own battles. When you're talking an event like Snowcross, it's definitely a different situation. We're hauling in loads and loads of snow. You're dealing with the elements. Then you have to think of a battle plan on, once the event's over, how to convert this into a field. And we are not dealing with the greatest of weather at all times, so it definitely makes it a little bit more difficult to get to that playing ability.
Rio Tinto Stadium having the heating system underneath the surface. When you go into the preparation for Snowcross, first off, you got to basically protect the field first and foremost, but then you're talking about over 400 dump truck loads of snow. How do you even start to put on the event, more or less, than even protecting the field at the same time?
Well, first off, going into the event, we try to have a top quality field. When you can go into an event like that and be in good shape as far as the grass is concerned, you have a lot better chance of, when that event's over, of recuperating from it. We do make some applications to the field to prevent any situations that can happen to the grass as far as diseases go. We take a lot of precaution when all the equipment is out there to not get below that snow level and get down to the field. We're constantly measuring the snow depth, so we know how high they are above the pitch. That's probably one of the biggest issues, is when they're out there, to not let them break that snow level and get down there. They have meetings that get held with the snowmobile racers themselves. Should you fall off the track, you can't just gun your machine and put a hole in the snow, because there is a $1 million field right underneath there. So you take a lot of precautions that way.
Knowing that once the event's over, you have under 8 weeks to get the field in tip-top condition, knowing that you have a Champions League quarterfinal match. From that perspective, how quickly does the changeover start?
The next day after the snowmobile races ended, once the snow starts moving out, we keep an eye on that, trying to get the snow out as quickly as possible. So every day counts in this case. Basically, we went through about 4 days of snow removal. Then it was a matter of about a foot of snow left on the field. A couple of agronomic techniques to try to melt that down a little faster, and try to hope for some good sunshine to help melt that down. And then we have some tarps that we put out to help speed that along also. Once we get the snow down to a certain level, we can put down some tarps that help heat the grass up a little bit, along with our underfield heating system, to try to get our soil temps up and try to spark some growth.
Knowing that you have under 10 days left before Real Salt Lake hits the field, are you happy with the surface itself? And if not, is there anything else that you guys feel like you really need to focus on to make sure it's ready to go?
I'm happy with it. Yes, I'm always happy with our outcome when it comes to game time. Being the perfectionist that I am, I'm never 100% happy. I can always find a flaw somewhere, whether it be in the playing field or off on the sideline area. There's always something that I find that I would like to be better, but sometimes you just have to deal with what you have for the timeline.